The path of violence, of looting and anarchy, leads only to more violence and devastation, as well as suffering.
At the times of shooting this video, we're all going through a very hard time in this country. There's a dark cloud hanging over our shoulders. So I want to share with you the 3 tough things that we need to do in order for us to be happy in these tough times. You're not the same person you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. You are always growing, and you are always growing stronger. Sometimes life slams us in the gut, dealing us such a devastating blow that it literally takes our breath away. A pandemic hits, a loved one gets ill, we lose a breadwinning job, someone we know dies, money gets tight, feelings of depression and despondency overwhelm our better judgment. Our once peaceful existence gets taken away with looters and replaced with anarchy. Everything just seems to be going the wrong way. So what can we do when the world around us shatters and we can't seem to pick up the pieces? The times when things are falling apart are precisely the best times to practice presence and mindfulness. These are the times we are always preparing for, in a way, when we pray, meditate, self-reflect, and generally invest in our personal growth during the good times. Truth be told, when the world seems to be crumbling, there is immense opportunity. But we must be willing to do some tough things, some heavy introspection. We must be willing to change our perspective and our response to life. Are you ready? Let's try to do this together. First, let us practice laying a very solid, strong foundation. Be patient with the pain that you feel. Don't hide from it. Don't rush to cover it up or fix it up immediately. Just start by acknowledging its presence and facing it with courage. Then challenge yourself to sit quietly with what you are feeling for a full minute with compassion and gentleness. Be at peace with the source of your pain. Find the braveness to just sit with it like you would with a close friend who's hurting. Practice this a few times today and every day, wherever you feel the pulse of your pain surging. And just notice when your mind wants to run, hide, or rebel. When this happens, take a deep breath. Recenter yourself and begin again. Eventually, you'll see clearly that what you feel is just a feeling, and that you can stay with what you feel without the world that you know ending. You will see that you are in control of your feelings and not the other way around. And you will begin to take them less seriously, hold them lightly, and then some much needed space in your worried brain. When the world is shattering, this is the time for us to practice. Practicing right now, I know it's tough. It looks impossible. Of course, I'm certainly not downplaying the real nature of our present circumstances. With COVID-19, mass-scale unemployment, and large-scale looting and corruption among us. The virus is still spreading around the world right now, and we are still facing a very, very difficult reality. These are not good times. They are not, and I don't expect you to say they are. I'm not suggesting you should rejoice at living through this disappointing and painful life experience. But it is absolutely prudent to consider the impact this event is having on our collective psyche and behavior. So let us build off the foundation we just spoke about. Let us look at some tough and yet necessary things we can do for ourselves now to ease our pain and experience a little more happiness in the days and weeks ahead. Number one, I want you to be fully present in each moment. Life is not lived in some distant, imagined land of someday where everything is perfect. It is lived here and now with the reality of the way things are. Yes, you can hope for and work toward an idealized better tomorrow, but you still have to start facing today's reality. Yet to do that, you must successfully deal with the world as it is today. Sometimes we avoid experiencing exactly where we are because we have developed a belief based on past experiences that is not where we should be or want to be. But the truth is, where you are now is exactly where you need to be to get where you want to go tomorrow. So practice appreciating where you are. There has to be something that we can be grateful about now. Your family members are too beautiful to ignore. Pick up the phone, call them, text them. Take a moment to remember how fortunate you are to still be breathing and alive today. Pinch yourself. Take a look around with your eyes honestly open to the possibilities. Much of what you fear does not exist in the space around you. Much of what you love is closer than you realize. You're just one brief thought away from understanding the blessing that you have called life. You have only one bite of this apple called life. So remind yourself that happiness is a mindset that can only be designed in the present circumstances. It is not a point in the future or a moment from the past. Yet this misconception is hurting the masses more often than we realize. So many young people seem to think all their happiness awaits them in the years ahead, while so many older people believe their best moments are far much behind them. But COVID-19 is only exacerbating these kinds of mindsets right now. Don't let it get the best of you. Don't wait for the storm to pass. Learn to blow with the storm. Number two, bring gratitude and passion into the little things. Over the years, Taskin and I have guided hundreds of friends, gym students, through a process of finding sincere gratitude and passion in tough times. A process of stepping forward gracefully, no matter your circumstances. A couple of short years ago, on the second to last day of her life, a friend of mine who I was coaching daily told me her only regret was that she didn't appreciate every year with the same passion and purpose that she had in the last 2 years of her life after she was diagnosed with a terminal cancer. I quote, "I've accomplished so much recently, so much inner growth, and I truly appreciate every moment of it," she said. "If I had known, I would have started sooner," end of quote. Her words make me cry and smile at the same time. What was truly miraculous was seeing the genuine gratitude in her eyes at that moment. She was immensely grateful for being able to accomplish the little things she had accomplished in her final 2 years. And her sentiment has always remained with me and sits at the top of my mind right now. While I agree that dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic is disheartening and that it can be very painful and debilitating for some people, the pain for most of us can still be mediated by sense of gratitude and passion for being alive, for still having a chance to do the little things that bring us joy, for still having a life worth living from moment to precious moment. Savor every second that you are alive. Honestly, you are doing it right when you have so much to cry and complain about, but you prefer to breathe deep and appreciate your life instead. Because there is always, always, always something to be thankful for and some reason to take another step forward. Just invest your heart and soul into whatever you have right in front of you today, right now. Bring gratitude and passion into otherwise ordinary moments, greetings, food, dancing, laughing. What if you woke up tomorrow with only 2 things that you are thankful for and passionate about? Number 3, be consistent with healthy daily habits. About a decade ago, when I was intensely focused on weightlifting and physical strength training, I gradually learned that you can't be truly committed to anything worthwhile if you have a weak mind that is unwilling to do tough things. To combat this, I wrote 2 simple questions on 2 different post-it notes and stuck one on my bathroom mirror and the other inside my gym locker. The first question was, how many daily workouts have you missed because your mind, not your body, told you that you were too tired? Number 2, how many daily workout reps have you skipped because your mind, not your body, said 9 reps is enough? Don't worry about the 10th. To this day, the answer to both questions is surely hundreds for most people, including myself. Weakness of the mind can easily get the best of us, especially when the going gets tough. And the only way to fix this weakness is daily practice. For too often we think that inner strength is all about how we respond to extremely dire circumstances, like actively coping with COVID-19 symptoms. Can we keep our lives together even after suffering from a major illness or losing our livelihood? There is no doubt that extremely dire circumstances test our bravery, determination, and our inner strength. But what about less dire daily circumstances? Perhaps just passively coping with COVID-19 from a distance when it is not directly and personally debilitating to us. What we need to remember is that our mind needs to be exercised to gain strength. Your mind is a muscle. It needs to be worked consistently in healthy ways to grow that muscle strong. If you refuse to push yourself forward a little bit every day, of course you will feel completely stuck when the going gets tough. Any day that you're not inconvenienced is a wasted day. But you don't have to feel that way right now. Choose to do some sit-ups in your bedroom every morning when it will be easier just to sleep in. Choose to do the 10 reps when it will be easier to quit at 9. Choose to create something special, like a new journal entry, drawing, or family highlight video, when it will be easier to consume something mediocre on TikTok or Instagram or of course Netflix. Choose to send loving texts to family and friends when it will be easier to watch another show, of course on Netflix. Prove to yourself in dozens of little ways over the next few weeks that you have the discipline to get in the ring, wrestle, and of course, box with life. Inner strength is always built through lots of small daily victories. It is the individual choices we make day to day that build our inner strength muscles. We all want this kind of strength. We all crave it. We all pray for it, especially during tough times like now. but we can't simply think our way to it. You cannot copy and paste your way to happiness. If you want it, you have to do something about it, ritualistically and mentally. It is your positive daily rituals that prove your mental fortitude and move you in a positive direction. The bottom line is that as times get tougher over the next few weeks, many people will find something easy. They will find something easy to do as a distraction. But when things get tougher for you, you can join Taskin and I and find a way to stay in the track with your healthy daily rituals. I've finished my part. Now it is your turn. If you are feeling up to it, I would love to hear from you. Which point discussed above resonates with you most today? Anything else to share? Leave a comment below and share your thoughts. We will overcome this exactly the same way we've always overcome every obstacle that has ever come before our opportunity, together.